Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Montego Ramon here with the Rises X channel, where we rise to the occasion. Y'all know what time it is, man. I know I've been quiet, I haven't really dropped any videos, but we're going to hop right into some things and I'll update you on what's been going on with me. So I'll hop right into it. Right here you can see I'm about to show you all a live trade I took this evening. And then also kind of update you on where I'm at with things. So I blew 2 accounts this week. Maybe one, maybe it was 2, whatever. I blew them, or blew one. And then this one we made a nice gain on here. And one of the main switches that I wanted to make mentally was stop trying to get a home run, take the base hit. And I've been telling myself this for years now, but today was one of those moments where I actually applied it and was like, things just worked out. Let's just say that things worked out in this instance. It's number one, it was like taking the base hits. It means taking your profit off the table, because expecting a run, now I'm missing the reversal points where a price could potentially reverse on me. Because typically when I win, I'm always in profit in my trades. What happens is I don't always take the profit because I'm expecting a longer run, or I want more profit, instead of taking what the chart is giving me and taking it at the reversal points. So you'll see here, this really kind of worked out in my favor. So you can see I'm in an account where I already started this day off down $1,000, and then we come and we make we basically make 1,500. You can see I'm in sales on gold right now. Basically, let's talk. I'll talk about this entry and what I was trying to get in on. So what I'm seeing here is, I'm noticing this area to the left, right? So I'm noticing this area to the left. Let me redraw that, because what I want to do is hit the back button. I really want to draw it from this point, right? So from that point right there, yeah, from this point, right? Because we can see from there, price literally broke through, bounced from here, then shot up, right? You can see the shoot up right here. All right, so that's basically what I was mimicking. And so what I'm also paying attention to is the areas beneath here. Fair value gap right here. You got fair value gaps down here. The bottom of the fair value gap down there. So what I'm looking for is, I'm basically expecting price to drop, maybe bounce off these levels and continue creating downtrending structure, which you can see from here. It's already just creating uptrend downtrends. You had this sweep right here that swept this area and then continue down, basically, right? So that's kind of what I was expecting right here. And so you'll see just basically we had this area of consolidation right here, and then we had a breakout to the downside, and I had these fair value gaps, which kind of gave me confluence and gave me conviction to be like, go ahead and hop in the trade, because we're already in a downtrend. We just broke out as consolidation heading to the downside, and then we need to go fill these imbalances. All right, cool. So that was the reason why I took this trade. And then we're just gonna allow it to play out. You'll see we go into some profit. Y'all see we're gonna go in profit. I'm in 15 contracts. You zoom in, I'm in 15 contracts. Keep going. You can see we go into some decent amount of profit. One thing I had to make click in my mind was like, yo, how much money are you making in a day on your job? Let's just start there and then replace that, try to replace that, right? So you can see we're up as much as 300, 345, 360. I think 360 pops up there, 360 pops up there. And we're getting a lot of back and forth. Nothing is certain, right? What I do here too is I take this, about to take a loss, but what I do is I try to keep my stops small. So we're going into some drawdown. You can see that we get close to my stop loss. I don't do anything. I just kind of try to ride it out. We come back into profit. Price is getting very volatile at this point. Like if I just let that play out and y'all got to see it, you will see price gets very volatile for a second here. Watch this. Give it about 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Price gets very volatile. It's starting to just move very, very sporadic for a second, and I'm about ready to cut my trade because I don't want to be in this right now because it's too volatile, and it's probably just gonna wipe out a bunch of stop losses, right? So I try to hold like it wants to make it move down, but then I think overall I end up just closing for about a loss of about a little over $300. Right, so I lose $388. You all can see I'm down $388. Let's keep on going. Then price, I'm seeing price wanting to start to go in the other direction after waiting for a minute. I tried for another sell, right? Getting in a little late because it rejected. It went up, rejected, and then it started coming back down again. But overall, we start making that move up. I'll take another loss, which put me at, y'all can see we're at 738 now. So I'll take another loss. And then now I'm finally in a buy, and I'm in heavy, and I'm like, price showed it wants to reverse. It literally was in this area right here. It literally was in this area right here where basically I expected price to reverse. So I should have been looking for buys in the first place, right? And so finally we're in buys. I'm risking 850 right now on 20 contracts. I'm not gonna let it go all the way to that stop loss before I take profit, but I'm like, I think we're about to get a run because it's finally picked a direction, and all that volatility is focused on a certain direction right now. So I go ahead and take buys after the bounce, and then you can see I go ahead and take my profit before we hit my stops, right? So I'll take about 290 off the table, maybe 270, 260. I jump in another buys after we fill this fair value gap. We coming into a fair value gap, so I take buys. You can see I take a buy and at the first 10 contracts and add another 10. We're making a move. I move my stop loss into profit. And then just to lock in profits, and then I'm probably about to close here. I closed for about $500, right? So we went from 505 to being down $5, right? So you can see this is me starting to take my profits off the table, and now waiting for $100 is a nice win. Don't try to get all back in one trade. Just stay steady. We still want to go. We still got gaps to fill. Showing the volume. I hop back in, right? So now we're up 960 right now. I put my stop loss into profit of $110 just in case it wants to pull back. At this point, I am trying to kind of go for the home run because I have the gas to prove it, but I'm also going to take profit right now because we're at this area of support right here. I mean, this area of resistance. So this is the area of resistance right here, right now. You can see price touch that level and then bounce before. So I'm absolutely ready to take profit if I have to. So you can see me trying to manage the trade and lock in profit. So in case the price goes against me, and there you go, it goes against me. I lock in 457 right there. So we're up 457. We went from down $707 to being up $400 something. That's a 1,200 point swing, right? Now I'm taking sales because we're at this area of resistance, and I'm thinking clearly. We're at this area of resistance. Price rejected here and sold off, so we're expecting it to sell off here too. We have gaps down here to support it. We have a gap here too, and that's what I'm looking at right now. So Let's fast forward this. So I'm in 10 contracts. I'm about to place another, looks like 15 contracts. So I place another 15 contracts, as I'm thinking this is gonna be a great rejection. We got a fair value gap there. We have the area of resistance, and then we have gaps beneath. And so I'm just like, I'm gonna go heavy with the volume is there. We're starting to reverse. I think it's gonna just go. So I'm in heavy. We're up 800 some odd dollars if you look at the top up here. All right, and they're just gonna keep on going. I lock in 220, and then let's see what we end up locking in. Boom. I lock in another almost 450 basically. And then let's see the final trade. Let's see. I think I probably hop right back in on sales. I'm like, y'all see, I'm taking my profits. I'm gonna let anything go against me. And then boom, finally hit that $1,500 price target. Let's go back to that. So you can see right here, personal daily profit target, $1,500. Hit today's profit, $1,525. Unrealized P&L, PPD exceeded 660. Cool. Time on PPT exceeded. Personal daily profit target exceeded. There you go. So hit my profit target and I'm out the trade. Then on my next account, I basically just ended up getting locked out for the day, losing $1,000, and we were done. So I'm cool on that. Also too, what made a difference was I was trading gold, and gold has been a little smoother and forgiving in some ways. So that's that. What else we got going on? Let me see. Can I get in Robinhood from here? Oh, I gotta re-download Robinhood. Download that. Okay, so we'll go into it off my phone. All right, so it just started up. All right, cool. So in today's works, we're actually down $38, down 2% in the past week. I bought trades. These are all the trades I'm in for the week. You can see we're down $25 in UMAC. UMAC is Unusual Machines. They are basically a defense company that Trump and his son has invested in. And so I wanted to be an early buyer in it. So I got a leap option. We're already up $25. I'm expecting this. I'm holding this. We're up 8%. I'm holding this until February next year, basically. And we're gonna see how it's gonna do. All right. DRAM is a memory ETF. Memory just recently went crazy, and I think for me, I was seeing. Let's see, view DRAM. I think for me, they're up 20% in the past month. They're down 8% in the past 3 months. They're down $5. Year to date, they're up 106%, going crazy. I like the bounce from here at $44 after making this huge move up to $80. We're about to drop back down to $44, and then we've been getting some uptrending structure basically since that bounce, and just some minor pullbacks over here. I think we're going to continue up, probably go higher than that, because AI is huge right now. This is where all the major companies are investing, and the memory is a major foundational block to AI. So you have the computing side, you got the chip side, you have the energy side, you have the I wrote it down somewhere, but I just gave you 4, I think. So you got computing, you have energy, you have memory, and then you have I have to look this up. Let me grab my Drummond. Hold on. I wrote this down yesterday. Thought I was just gonna remember it. I didn't. So you got chips, you got memory, you got photonics, you got computing, and then you got energy, right? So those are the major blocks. And then so I'll tell you a few of the companies I actually have in there, right? So some of the companies in there is like, for chips is like NVIDIA, AMD, AVGO. In memory, you got MU, SNDK, and DRAM. DRAM is a memory ETF. Then you got photonics. Photonics is, I think it's a certain light that these things need, basically. So you got AAOI, AXTI, AEHR. Then you got computing. You got CIFR, you got IREN, and then you got NVIS, right? And computing and the energy, you got BE and FNLC. So BE is like, I think they handle the energy and the grid, and then I think FLNC handles like the water or something like that. Those are some of the companies in those sectors handling those parts of the AI block, right? So let's see if we can get off in there. Ask app on the track. Let's see if I can log in. Use key. Okay. Dismiss. Oh, let's try it again. Whatever, I ain't worried about that. Let's just pull up the chart. Okay, cool. All right, so we're still just keep paying attention to my phone right now. So like I said, we're down 17% in there. That's cool. You can see it's mostly technology inside of DRAM, because it's a memory ETF. Their 52-week low is $26. Their 52-week high is 81. We're somewhere in the middle. I think their value is set to increase because AI has a lot of room to run. And this is actually according to NVIDIA's CEO and their recent report on earnings, which I didn't actually get a play in there, but I want to in the future. I'll get one soon. I bought in Hood. Hood is basically the Robinhood app ticker in stock, and we're down 1%. Cool. The Trump administration has started this baby investing fund basically for Americans. They have 7 million signups, and so that was something, and they're using Robinhood as the platform to do that. So that was one reason I decided to go ahead and get a trade, to go for a trade on them. Also, they've been doing awesome since I've watched them grow from like $20, and I wish I would have stayed with it. So you can see last year, really, that's when they went crazy last year. You can see from November. So I have been watching them for a while, and I didn't see that they had the potential to do what they did, but I thought it was there. I didn't know how crazy it would be, but to show you my proof, you can see one of the paper trades I placed on them right here, right? This was bought when it say date added. You see the date added. I'll screenshot it for you so you don't get lost. Matter of fact, you can see the date added right here, right? Date added. And that's when I was considering that idea that I just explained to you all. And you can see it's up. If I would have stayed with it then, we'd be up 302% basically, right? Up 302%. It was up over 1,000%, but they had a pullback and then time decay. So that's cool. It would have cost me $2,000 to get into that trade. And then now you will see we will be up over $8,000 on that trade, right? So that's the power of options. And the thing about options is what people don't understand is that, like, what it is that the reason why it grows crazy is because with little invested into it is because you basically are paying a premium, which is a small fee to take control of 100 stocks. So you don't have to buy 100 stocks outright, but you get, like, for instance, like on this hood play, I paid $160 basically, $165, right? Now, if I wanted to buy 100 stocks, 100 times 100 is what, like 10,000, right? But with 165, I get to take control of 100 shares of it, and then I get to capitalize on the growth. And so as it grows, what happens is you get to eventually exercise your option on that company and then just take the profits, right? Without controlling, without like having to own the shares. That makes sense? That's why options increase and accelerate your wealth exponentially. I got in Meta. Meta is in a lawsuit right now, but I think it's also some great forward guidance, and they just had a great PE ratio compared to their financial report, right? So they have awesome earnings. People are still using Meta. Meta is very valuable. The lawsuit is only going to make them more valuable by them complying with the government and them trying to tighten up their rules for young adults and children, right? So I went ahead and basically I think they're undervalued, and this is an area I've been wanting to get in for like over a year now, and so I'm finally in there. This would have been an even awesome area in July 30. We can go back further. July 31st, cool. Get a date. Yeah, those areas have been great. It helped. Basically, there's a level of support down here at these lows here as well. This was 525. This one was 542. 540. 546. Those lows are super important. Still those same lows here. 525 still on there, right? Same 540s. So yeah, this is still a decent buy, and we just gonna hold it for the long term. I'm expecting it to run up, especially going into the holidays. And then we got gold. I bought another gold play, so I'm in this gold one here, where you can see we're down $30. I'm down 21%. I might cut it at 30%, maybe 50% max. I only paid $142 for it. Its value is now $112. And then on this one, I'm actually up 6%, 7%. I paid $160 for it, and the value has increased to $170 on this option. So I'm expecting gold to run up to this one. This is basically the ETF, or basically a stock that follows it. Not really an ETF, but I'm expecting this to run up into beyond these highs again. So I'm expecting to go over 500 this time, and we're sitting at around 420. Cool. That's for the smokers, man. Shout out to y'all. The weed lovers. I don't indulge, but I used to. Okay. So that's what that is. Then also bought shares in SCHD. They pay a dividend of basically 25 cents a share, and they have decent growth. When I originally bought it, started buying it a couple years ago, or a year ago, it was at $25. And now it's up. You can see the dividends right here, 3.3%, 3.13% 30-day yield, and the dividend per share is $25.25 a share. I don't really understand the dividend yield. 30-day dividend yield is based on a formula mandated by Securities Exchange Commission that calculates a firm's hypothetical annualized incomes as a percentage of its assets. A security income for the purpose of this calculation is based on the current market yield to maturity in the case of bonds, or projected dividend yield for stocks of the fund's holdings over a trailing 30-day period. This hypothetical income will differ at times significantly from the fund's actual experience. As a result, income distributions from the fund may be higher or lower than implied by the SEC yield. Cool. Annual projected. Estimated annual projection is based on your current positions, expected dividends, including any special dividends. There is no guarantee of any future payments and is intended for informational purpose only. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, basically, I just kind of wanted to see that is the dividend is 25%, which is only 3% of their holdings, basically, or their assets, basically what they said. So their 52-week high is 35, 52 low is 26, 32. Before I bought the stock earlier and turned on my daily buys on it again, I seen my cost basis was closer to 20, it was like 26.50. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have held. But that's what this journey is now all about, where now it's like I'm not pulling out of there this time. I'm leaning more into my my stocks, my portfolio, and the skills I'm building over there. So that's what this journey is, part of this journey is all about as well. Let me see what else I got for y'all. So these other ones, so I told you about unusual machines. This is where what Trump's son is invested in. He's like on the board, I think. And Trump, they have invested in here. And so I was like, let me get on the board with this. This is basically a part of the defense sector, because this company basically works with drones that to keep it simple, drones for war, right? And then you got UFO. UFO is a ETF for space, right? So I went ahead and bought one share to go ahead and take part in that, because I want to invest in the future. And yeah, basically, so without buying SpaceX directly, I wanted to invest in something of that nature, so I went with that one. And then Mars is a space technology ETF, which is going to be just as vital as the other ETF for UFO, which is so this is where we have about 1 shares of those each. So I got 1 share there, we have 1 share here, and hey man, that's how we rocking right now. So that's where we're at with it. You can see you can see basically that we've gone from like roughly 0 to about, we had like $1,000 in there. I had to use some bread, and then we made another deposit of about close to $1,000, and this is where we're at now. So what else we got up in here? I actually started my daughter's custodial account as well. She's in here. You can see she's in there. So yeah, man, like I said, this is your boy Montego Ramon. This is an update on what's been going on. I took some time away because I wanted to I needed to figure some things out. And I was like, I just need to kind of sit and chill. Kind of figure a few things out. I like potential buys on gold right now in the 4-hour. Let me see the daily. Man, this thing is really running, man. I'm actually pretty hungry right now, if I'm being honest. I'll probably just order like a snack or something. So we probably gonna dip a little more into this area, which we clearly have fair value gap. I will look to probably take buys. My next buys are gonna be on like, I'll write that down too as well. So I'm looking at buys here on gold, pulling back into this area. I'm sure I can find that same thing in this chart if I go to GLD. Hopefully that pops up. So basically I'm looking for buys on gold. I'm also looking to get into swing trades on, or options trades on Apple, NVIDIA, AMD. Okay, so yeah, you can see here on the chart, basically it's right beneath this level, and that'll be right on top of the, what EMA is this? I don't know what EMA this is. Let me see what EMA this is. This is my 200 EMA. Perfect. So it's right at my 200 EMA, according to this chart over here on my phone, right? That top one is the 20 EMA. Not really worried about that. The EMA is referring to, it's called the exponential moving average. And it's gonna be the 200 is the last 200 candles basically. And the 20 is gonna be the last 20 candles, right? So it's giving you the average price. It's like a dynamic support and resistance. And it's giving you the average price over the past set of candles that it's, referring to. Cool. Like I said, my next buys, I'm looking for Apple, NVIDIA, AMD. Is there anything else? Those are good for now. That's mostly where I'm looking at. On some pullbacks. NVIDIA has went crazy. NVIDIA is the #1 stock in the stock market. It's the most valuable company in the stock market. It's the leader of the AI revolution, right? So it's good to take advantage of that while you can, if you can. Gold, we're still looking very oversold. If you look down on the RSI, and starting to come down. It might come down deeper than what I want, and that's cool. I'm still in these gold trades way down here in MGC. You can see it's pulling back. Probably should look to take profits at this level. I'm not really tripping. We're just gonna hold this paper trade. All right, so let's go on to MYM. Look like we're trying to bounce, turn around. We still haven't filled this price gap down here, so I'm kind of waiting on that. And I have alerts sitting down there to let me know, because once we go for that, I might look to either take trade. I'm gonna take trades here, short-term trades from here, from this level. Right, I'll take short-term trades from this level, and then I'll also look to take probably some leap options, which I'll show y'all. I would buy those from here, which is DJI. Let me see, DJ mini index. What is this might be it. Let me see. DJ. Yeah, this is it. That's why I gotta say it, I'm sure. So I'll look to take some longs from these levels down where this huge price gap is. You can see it here. Price gap there. Price gap here. On my chart. They haven't been filled, so once those get probably filled, we can probably expect price to bounce and continue up. If they don't get filled and price go run to new highs, it'll come back later for it. Cool. So let's see, MES, decent, looking pretty smooth. You can see we have this level of support down here, price bounce from, right? We made this move up, which is kind of getting some pullback. So it just got to be patient, man. We got these pullbacks down here in areas where we're looking to potentially take entries, right? Just drag these out to the left some. Right. Okay, cool. So that's kind of where we're at with that. See this trend. This trend It's going nuts. So I'll go ahead and show y'all this overall trend. So we got that trend going. And so we can see price dipping into these areas before it go back to new higher highs, all-time highs. What else I got, man? Let's go to NQ. Pretty much looking the same, right? Pretty much looking the same. Right, pretty much looking the same. Pretty much looking the same. So we got a lot of lines up there. So we're just waiting on price to dip back into some previous lows before we start to go to newer highs and all-time highs. I'm surprised we haven't hit all-time highs. ES when it hit all-time highs, YM when it hit all-time highs. Gold and NQ hasn't, but I expect them to go to new all-time highs before the end of the year. This is my alarm. I gotta get ready. And so that's pretty much all I got for y'all today, man. I'm gonna cut this video, and I'll be back in the next one to just kind of give you an update on things, see what I'm watching for. And right now we just gotta be patient, you know what I mean, before we wait for those next leap option trades. It's always a good time to buy shares, and then especially when this price come down, you buy more. The goal right now is to get to 100 shares of one or two major companies, so that'll be the goal. And then eventually we want to go heavy in something and get 1,000 shares, you know what I mean? So I also need to check out Netflix. Let me see. I also need to check out Netflix. And who's the other company? Yeah, I need to check out Netflix, and that's all I got so far. It's like I said, man, this your boy Montego Ramon here with the Risers X channel, where we rise to the occasion. Peace.